back to the channel. It's Lauren. Thank you so much for being here. Today for my fragrance video, I thought I would share with you guys the Sephora Favorites Deluxe Perfume Sampler. This is the newest sampler from Sephora, and I've done videos on like the last two big ones I feel like that have come out, so I'll leave those down below. But if you don't know, Sephora does these periodically, and what they do is they get together different perfumes for you to be able to sample, and then when you purchase this, you get to test them, try them, all that, and then you get a redemption certificate inside the box for you to then pick out which one you really like. So these sets can be really fun for yourself if you don't know what you're into, you kind of want a sampling of stuff, you want to have some time to try them on your skin, see if you like them. They're also great as gifts, so that way whoever you're gifting this to can kind of have a little bit of choice in what they're picking out perfume wise, what actually suits them. And so this one specifically seems like it'd be a good kind of Mother's Day type one. Anyway, I picked this up during the Sephora sale, which these are already discounted. Usually whatever you can redeem for, you're already saving a little bit of money there, but obviously it's always nice to get a little bit of a discount. But what was kind of special about the deluxe one is that instead of coming with the vials, like just little sample vials, a lot of them came in the little like tiny mini perfume bottles, which was a selling point to me because I collect these little things. Of course, naturally, of course I collect them, right? But I had none of these ones in my collection already, so I was so excited. So it came with 4 little bottles of perfume. It came with 2 mini little roller balls. Okay guys, real quick, I realized that I accidentally put one of my 100-point perks into this sample set. So the Toca Florence is not a part of the set. So disregard what I say. I'm going to try to cut out bits, but if there's something that doesn't make sense, that is 100% why. Don't know why I thought that was in there, and it also makes sense why I couldn't find it in the packet. Like, it's all coming together a little too late. So yeah, just wanted to point that out there. Not in the set. You don't get that in there. And then it also came with 2 sprays. These ones are a bit bigger though. They're not like the normal sample size, so everything was a little bit bigger. This one from Atelier, you actually can't redeem for the full, counted it as like a bonus. And I think that's because Atelier, I don't believe it's available in the US anymore. But all the other ones you can actually redeem for various different sizes depending on what the pamphlet says. So let's just get into it. I know we've been here a while. I already know which one I want to redeem for, and I will say, actually, before we get into it, when you're picking these out, I highly suggest kind of knowing a couple of the perfumes that are in here. If you're buying it for yourself, just to make sure you will like something in here, that it's going to be worth it, because these aren't cheap. I think this is $75, and so it's not like a cheap thing, and you want to make sure that there's at least like a safety net in there of a perfume that you would be willing to get before going for it. At least that's what I suggest. So let's get started. I mean, should we start with Black Opium? I feel like Black Opium is in all of these samplers. I think it might be in every sampler that I've tried so far from Sephora. It is a really, you know, popular one, so there is that, but man, they just they love to put Black Opium in here. Black Opium is growing on me. It is not like my favorite scent or something, but I do find it to be a nice one. It's a little bit sexier to me. I definitely like the vanilla that's in here. I'm just gonna be reading off the little pamphlet in here. But it says this is a warm and sweet gourmand, and it has rich notes of coffee, white florals, and sweet sensuality of vanilla. And I definitely smell that. I don't get a ton of coffee for some reason from this. My nose has not been able to pick it up. I feel like coffee can be difficult for me to pick up unless it's like in your face coffee, you know? But I really do like this. It's very sweet. The florals keep it a little bit light, but I don't feel like it's too florally. I feel like the gourmand aspects and the sweet aspects of this perfume kind of overpower those so that it doesn't, it's not too dainty, you know? So I do like that. Definitely not going to be redeeming my full size for that. I actually have the Illicit perfume, the new one, the Illicit Green, which has like a note of fig, which is very slight. It's very slight, so I feel like I pretty much have Black Opium, or at least the version that I would want to wear anyway. So at least now, who knows, your scents change, but that one's nice, but not good enough for me to redeem for. Next, this one is from Versace. This is Dylan Turquoise. When it comes to the dabbers, I will say I'm so excited to have the little bottles, but it's definitely difficult to get a nice spray, like to know how this is gonna wear, how these are gonna work. I will say that's something to consider. Sometimes the little spray vials are nice because you can actually spray it on yourself and get an idea of how it works without doing like dabbing things. Like it's kind of annoying. This is more of a fresh, kind of aquatic smelling perfume to me. There's something kind of, you know, like shower and almost kind of on the masculine side for a female fragrance to me. Something citrusy, kind of watery. I think it'd be a nice one for summer. They call this a fresh floral. It says that it has zesty mandarin, primifore, lemon, and hints of wood and musk. It says those notes are complemented with fruity accents of black currant and guava, as well as jasmine and freesia floral tones. I definitely get the freshness, definitely lots of citrus in here. I do get some of the, I guess, woodiness and musk. Maybe that's something that's coming off a little masculine, but then there's something slightly sweet. So I think it's nice. It's just, this is not my style. I feel like back in the day, this is what I would have preferred, you know, thinking of like the unisex scents that I liked, but I don't know if it's the citrus, I don't know what it is, but this is definitely not a favorite for me. I could see why people like it. Again, I think it would wear really nicely in the summer. It's definitely a fresh scent. I don't really prefer those anymore, so that's not one that I was tempted to pick up either. Let's do the bonus one really fast. This one is from Atelier Cologne. This is the Bohemian Orange Blossom, and this one is orangey, dude. This is like, woo, oh my gosh. It's very, almost a bitter orange blossom type of scent. I get almost something like green juice, cucumber in here as well. So to me, this is like you're opening that orange up, the peel and all of the oils are kind of, you know, if you were a screensaver, you'd catch a picture of the oils coming up. But you know, you smell that kind of bitter orange oil and spray, but then there's also kind of like you've cut up the orange tree leaves around it as well. So there's something kind of green happening too. It's fresh. It's very strong to me. Not that this is a strong perfume. Like, I don't think it'd perform strongly. I just feel like it's powerful, it's potent to my nose. It's just very specific in what it is. I'm not someone who really loves orange blossom or like neroli scents. Again, I understand why people love them, but they're just not ones that I think of me. You know, like, oh, I want to put it on my body. That's not how they are. This one is like an especially fresh one though. Like, again, almost going to a green side of like something kind of savory or vegetable or green juice along with that orange blossom instead of even something more floral or sweet. So that one's pretty interesting. Definitely wouldn't be one I would pick up if I could pick it up, but it's just a bonus anyway. One of the perfumes that I felt like I would maybe redeem for is the Gucci Flora. This is the Gorgeous Gardenia scent. And I love the bottle of this. I mean, how cute is this mini? The regular full-size bottle also looks like this too. It's really quite beautiful. And I have smelled this in store, and I think for a florally fruity scent, this one's pretty nice. I think they've struck a nice balance. I don't think it's like overly sweet. I don't think it's overly floral. I do feel like I've smelled it before. Like, I do. There's almost something coming off Juicy Couture-esque to me about this, but you know, that is a very popular fragrance. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, I feel like that's maybe where I've smelled it. This has gardenia flower blended with solar jasmine, absolute, cheerful pear blossom, and a brown sugar accord as well. For spring, for summer. I think I could wear this and enjoy it. I don't know how much, again, it's like me as much. That's always the hard part. I feel like with different perfumes, like I can enjoy them, I enjoy smelling them, I could see them on other people, but finding the ones that like feel like my soul coming out in a smell is more difficult. But this one's nice. Like, I think it's a nice one. It was one that I would be willing to potentially redeem for in case I didn't find something else that I liked. So yeah, that one is Gorgeous Gardenia. I definitely suggest that one if you're looking for something fruity, floral, good for spring, summer, and really all year round, like maybe more of a signature scent, but you like something like that, I would give that one a try. Plus the bottle, again, is just absolutely beautiful. This one is from Chloe. This was one I knew was like gonna be most likely a no-go. This is a fresh floral. Love the little bottle, so classy. As for the perfume, not for me. Not for me. I mean, I feel like I'm smelling rose. I feel like, you know, kind of like a rose water. Just feels like a bouquet of flowers to me, and that's not what I like to smell like. I like something heavier. I like something more powerful. I'm not really usually looking for that like dainty floral thing. A fresh floral and woody perfume is what it says. I'm gonna look up the notes on this one. Sometimes it's nice just to kind of smell them, and I'm trying to like, it sometimes takes more time to like talk through every single note, but this one has citron and black currant in the top, rose and neroli in the mid, and then mimosa and cedar in the base. It's just not for me. I don't like the combination of all the scents in here. I do like a citrus with a rose. Something about that can be good, but I like something a little bit more in the base. I'm actually a little bit surprised that there's the cedar because it still feels so airy to me. Like I still want more to like kind of ground it. So to me, this one's a no. It's not bad. It's just the least like me than all the fragrances. Like so far out of all these, honestly, Black Opium's probably the one that I would go for out of the 5 I've talked about so far if I had to pick one, which is actually surprising because I thought it would be this, but I don't know. I think I want to like this because of the bottle. That's probably why I want to like that one. Last 2 here. Let's talk about the Clean Reserve one. This is the scent Skin. I have quite a few of the Clean line. I have Solar Bloom, Radiant Nectar, Amber Saffron, and Cell Santal. And so I do like this house a lot. I think they do some cool stuff. And I actually have never smelled Skin. I think this might be their most popular fragrance, but I always felt like it was going to be too cotton sheets and too clean smelling, but I am pleasantly surprised with how much I like this, and that might give you a little bit of a hint as to which one I'm 98% positive I'm gonna pick up. I really love this. This has a praline note in it that I feel like really helps where it's warm but clean. So instead of like cold clean sheets, it's warm clean skin. It's so nice. This also has a salt note in it. I just really have enjoyed it. It smells almost kind of vanilla-y, and I love that. I'm gonna read you some of the notes from here. Let's see what it says. This has creamy Madagascar vanilla. There's some musks in it. Like I said though, I know it has the praline note. I know it has the salt note, and usually I don't love salt, but the salt in here is not tangy at all. I feel like it just gives it something like off-puts the sweet. You know how in a chocolate chip cookie, if you just put sugar and you don't put salt, then it's like fucked. It tastes horrible. I feel like that's what the salt's doing in this fragrance, where it's just keeping the balance going and you don't notice that there's salt in it, to me anyway. I love musks though, so there's that. There's also a leather note, some tonka bean. Like it's just really nice, really soft and comforting, but not being too heavy, and it doesn't have to be a nighttime scent. So you could wear this easily out and about. Like it's just like a hug from this person is comforting and refreshing all at the same time. Like how can it be? I'm really excited for this one. I'm surprised I like it as much as I do. I can see how this maybe could smell like wipes almost, like some type of facial wipe, maybe a baby wipe. There's almost that coming through, which it is called Skin. It's like, you know, more on that side, but something about the way the tonka beans in here, the vanilla as well as the praline, takes it away from being too clean and sterile wipes and gives it some of that sweetness and coziness. So I'm really into this one. I'm so excited too. This was the one, it was between these two, honestly, that I was like, okay, if I don't like the Clean Skin because I have never smelled it, which I'm hoping I will, then I will get this one because the bottle will be so cute. And I know that it's like nice, but pleasantly surprised. I've actually been wearing the rollerball, which I don't really love a roller. Like, come on, who likes a rollerball? No one does. Stop that. Stop it. But I guess let's just finish up this little guy. Golden Nectar's like, hey, can you talk about me? This one is from Nest. It's their newest release. I actually already have this in a travel spray. I had to know what it smelled like because the notes on this were like warm, cozy vanilla. It has some amber in it. It also has some florals though, some orchid. It has some musks. And so I was hopeful that I would really like this. And I do think this is a nice perfume. It's just not a good enough one for me to purchase. I think this is really different from what Nest does though. I will say that. Like the other scents I've smelt from Nest don't quite do this. So I do think it's different for their line. I do like it. I mean, the vanilla and the amber in here are really, really nice. And then they're kind of brightened up by the florals. So I think it's a good go. I actually think I might like this. Again, the bottle is swaying me so much on this one, but if you're looking like the difference between these two, because both of these remind me of Juicy Couture, but this is like a vanilla amber heavy Juicy Couture. This one's going more like as it dries down and stuff. This one is more spicy, fruity, floral, more traditional that way. And I really like how the vanillas play in here and the amber. It's a nice one. I do think you should check this one out if those notes sound like you'd like them. I feel like maybe if you like the Wonderland Peony type scent or the Vanilla Orchid. No, I'm talking about Vanilla Orchid from Floral Street. Maybe try this one. This one doesn't have, like, I think that one has like a bamboo note or something. So it goes a little more green, but this one's pretty nice, the way that the florals play with the amber and vanillas in there. So I do actually quite like it. I don't think it's going to be something that I pick a full bottle up of, but I am happy to have the spray bottle around. But I think it's a nice release and pretty interesting to see what they're going to kind of come out with, because again, I do feel like it's different for their line, I think anyway. So those are my thoughts on all the perfumes from the sampler. Like I said, I mean, it's going to skin. Okay, I'm gonna get skin. I'm really excited for it. I'm surprised I like it, and so happy to be able to try all these different ones in the sampler. You just never know sometimes what you will like. Something about this one I've really been enjoying, just hanging around when I want something but not too much, and it's one I can catch little whiffs of. It doesn't like overwhelm me at all, and it is a nice cuddling up one. I mean, you don't have to only wear it at night, but it is nice at night too. It is nice at night, just kind of hanging out. So that's a new sampler from Sephora. I'd love to know which one of these, if you've tried them, is your favorite, or if you're gonna pick it up, which one you think you're gonna like the most. It's kind of an odd mashup of stuff in here. I think I want them to do more of like the fun perfumes that they have. Like, I love when they include things like Ellis Brooklyn and some of the more natural, more niche type fragrances that Sephora happens to carry. So we'll see what the next ones hold, but they're always fun. I probably will do a video unless I start getting like, how many Black Opiums? How many Black Opiums? I'm surprised Flower Bomb wasn't in here, because that one's always a crowd favorite as well. But next week, I am doing the commodity video, so be on the lookout for that. I am doing it. I've had it on my list for forever. This came before it because I thought might as well talk about it during the sale, but commodity is next Sunday, so I'm really excited to go through the sampler set of that, let you guys know some of my favorites, some of my thoughts on the different ones, and just kind of explain commodity as well. So anyway, I will see you in my next video, and I hope to see you on next Sunday for my next perfume video, but thanks for being here. Bye guys.